Hello everybody, Logan here with another video. Today I got something cool to show you. I'm going to tell you now that this video is probably going to be quite controversial. So I definitely recommend, watching this entire video. So this is the brand new for 2023 Party City exclusive Neon Ice Cream Clown, or as many people lovingly know him, Jarvis. We saw this guy super early on, courtesy of the Psychotic Circus of Savannah, when he got scammed, basically from a certain manufacturer, and we got to see Jarvis a little early. So I will say that when I initially saw him, I was a fan. I loved this guy because he reminded me of Hugs, but with kind of a newer themed, gimmick. Now, when I first saw him, my voice cracked. My Hugs was dead. He was not lunging anymore. I have since fixed that. It was his drive gear that died on me. So I was like, man, I need to get a new lunging clown. Because people love taking photos with Hugs. I think it's his sign that really makes him so approachable. And this guy also has the classic sign, which is a free ice cream sign. Additionally, he's an ice cream clown. I have been a huge fan of the ice cream clown gimmick. I've got 2 scoops, and I've got the ice cream clown, the one that Techie did. So when I saw Jarvis here, I was super excited, and I really liked the really cool, kooky, colorful neon color scheme. I thought that it was a change of pace. Just how they styled him was, unique. They gave him kind of that classic vintage ice cream parlor hat. They gave him a nice snazzy vest with some really pretty pink and yellow colors. These nice blue sleeves. And then these cool orange pants with ribbons on the top and the bottom. And then this nice big pink ruffle to complement his hat. And a nice green bow tie. A pretty snazzed out character, if you ask me. He's also got these really nice gloves. And by the way, it's so hard to see. Maybe you can see on this one. You can see the texturing of the stitching along the back of the hand. I mean, wow, they did a really good job just designing the overall character. And the makeup is really cool with the blue and the red. I really like that. I like the eye makeup. It's very bold. It's very fun. It's some cool shapes. And I like the blue with the blacked out gums. And it's got kind of some sharper teeth, but they're not super noticeable outwardly. It's not like Hugs, it's a little more subtle. I like that. I really like him. And he's got a twitching clown hair where it's red with some orange mixed in there. So it is a little more, visually interesting. I also like the EL wire, neon gimmick that they gave this character. I thought that was really smart. And I also really liked the green eyes. And these are the normal prop eyes that they usually do. So there's a part where you see it where the little eye covering would go in. So they didn't put an eyeball covering, so you can kind of see a pupil. It looks really cool. It's kind of trippy, but I really like that. I like that they did that. I love the staining. I think it looks so nice. I feel like here recently, SVI has done better with the staining. I really do. It looks so much better on him. The blood looks better. It's still kind of purplish, which was my complaint with Hugs. They still kind of did that on the gloves and on the ice cream. But, I mean, at least they did better on the costume. Now, I'm talking about all the positives right now because I have a lot of negatives. So I want to get all the positives out of the way first. I like the shiny gold buttons. Again, I think that adds to him. Instead of doing the pom-poms, there's nothing at all. I really like that they gave him an actual head form. This is like a nice fitted head form, and they filled them out very properly. They did a very good job making sure that he will have very minimal deformities. He gets a little wrinkly and a little weird around his mouth, but, you know, it's okay. I would rather have that issue than his whole face coming out like Heckles did. His price point. Let's talk about that. His price point seems to be varying right now. Online, he is listed for $200. I got mine for $185. I've heard people say they got $185, $195, $200, $212, $220. It seems like the animatronics this year are varying depending on your location. Now, I am located in Indiana, so here in Indiana, at least, he is $185, which I think is more than a fair price for him, considering that Hugs was $210, and this guy's another lunging character, though I guess he's more like the Reaper because he has one arm that reaches out instead of two, and it's got more lighting effects. But I really wanted to mention that because I think that's an important thing to talk about. I've heard that the pumpkin creeps are also having varying prices. I've heard someone say that their stores had him for $450 instead of $500. So I think that's something to bear in mind. I thought $200 was a really good price. I think $185 was a fun. At that point, I felt like I was robbing them. I mean, that was a really, really, really great price. So, let's talk about the negatives. I mentioned in my Possessed Penny video that SVI's quality has really gone downhill this year. On this guy in particular, I think he got it the worst. Because SVI went to the wrong factory to have this guy produced, because this one is Party Time. I'm sure some people are wondering, well, how do we know that? Because the manufacturer that scammed Savannah was Owner Party. That is a part of Party Time. I would know that because I have also tried to do things with Owner Party and have also gotten screwed over by them as well. Party Time did an awful job on this. So, I'm not going to be as hard on SVI on this guy because this was, I mean, they should not ever have gone to Party Time, but Party Time has done some of their more classic characters like Moldy Mommy and 2020 Charlie. And this is stuff that, like, you know, we're finding out more recently, so of course it's not super common knowledge, but as they release more catalogs, you know, we see more SVI stuff creep in there. This guy wasn't a catalog, so that shows that they were the manufacturers. So, I want to start with the ruffle. I changed mine a little bit. The bow tie was actually on the back, where, like, this slit is. Savannah talked about it. I think everyone who has talked about it. What the fuck? Right? Like, that. Am I the only one that's, like, really confused by that? I took this off and I put it on the front. But the neck ruffle barely fits. I'm turning them around for you guys. Barely fits. Look at that. Look at that. Barely fits. I know I'm saying like an actual idiot, but look at that. It's hanging on for dear life. What the fuck? Oh, this is a new one. See this right here? It's where the wig is supposed to go. Look at this. This is how much hair he's supposed to have. And look at how much Party Time's actually giving him. Like, and the hair is not evenly distributed either. Like, swear to God. Another issue I'm seeing, which is freaking me out a little bit, is his mouth. That's as far as it opens. They have restricted his mouth movement, and that is telling me that, oh no, that's not going to last. It's just like Three-Faced Jester. They put a lot of restriction on his mouth mechanism, and he broke. That's kind of an unspoken thing. Yes, Three-Faced Jester does have a faulty mouth because SVI overly filled it out. This guy, I mean, he does have a lot of foam here as well, but they modified it so where it won't move all the way down. That's a no-no. Can't do that. And like I said, the hair is not even, and there are so many little tiny strands. You can see them. I have been trimming those because they bother me, and it looks so sloppy. It is sloppy. The clothing. So now the clothing is a pretty nice material. I will say that. It's not, like the shiny material. But there's always a but. There's always an ass involved. It does not fit very well. Do you want to know how much of a bitch it is to get the arms and the legs through the pants and the sleeves? Oh my god, I thought I was having a WWE match with this daggone clown. I thought he was about to take me out. It's so tight. Like, it should not be that tight. It's so difficult. It really is. Drove me insane. Also, the head. Let's reveal an ugly secret here. He has, like, no neck, and he's got, like, a pretty long head. You have to put the head on, like that, and you have to cram it in there. Otherwise, the head will just fall off. I'm not a fan of that. He's kind of like, I don't know how to describe it. He's, like, hunched, but like standing straight up. I don't know how to, it's like he's in a permanent shrug. But the college is covered up, so I mean they kind of made up for that, right? And then I really want to get into this. I don't like how much this wobbles. It's literally on string. Can I show that? Is there a good way to? You can kind of see it. Yeah. So I'm actually attached to this. It's a plastic cardboard. I don't know what you call it. So it will last a little longer than Hugs' sign. The cone is painted like shit. And also the cones love to chip. Again, no. Not a fan of that either. Also, this wire bends very easily in this arm, and that freaks me out a little bit too. I don't like that it bends that easily. It has no give to it. And this arm is meant to be posable, but it should not be really I could probably move it with one arm. And maybe not that easy, but it was easy. Let's get down here. The pants really don't fit around the shoes. The shoes are very thin. And you can see that they're warped. That's how they came out of the box. The shoes are so thin. How thin are they, Logan? Look at that! Holy shit! If y'all thought Terry's shoes were bad, look at that. That's the pole. They are transparent. You can even see my dock door. And they're cracking. Guys! No! SVI, no. Party time! Don't mind my Croc. It's hot out. I'm gonna wear my goddamn Crocs if I want to, but what? I mean, come on. That is very noticeable. And then some people are gonna be like, well, you can paint the inside. Yeah, you could paint the inside, but here's my point. You shouldn't have to fix your prop when you get it. You're paying over $100 for this, like, daggone thing. You shouldn't have to fix it. Like, it should be perfect out of the box. Like, it shouldn't have as many issues. I mean, that's insane. Am I the only one that just thinks that that's ridiculous? Because I think that's just not right. And they're all like that. It's not just a mine issue. Let's talk about the lunging, too. So I'm sure you know, so mine lunge is pretty decently quick. Let's talk about why. Y'all know Henry Hustle, the whole spring thing? Yeah, same thing on this guy. This is the culprit. You gotta stretch this dude out. The more you stretch it out, the faster he'll go. Obviously, he needs to have a little bit of give so that it pulls him back up all right. To kind of help the mech. He will not last, I will tell you now. He'll probably last 2-3 years if you're using him. It's kind of the same mech as Hugs. Hugs is already breaking. Strawmen are already breaking. He's not going to last you very long. I'm sorry. Let me be the guy to say it. He won't last you. And that's just a problem with the SVI lunging mechs. I don't like how delayed the lunging is. I don't know if that's just mine or if it's all of them, even when he was slow. There's a delay. If you want to know how to fix the bow, by the way, it's hot glued on right here. And then they sewed it on. I took like a pair of little tiny scissors and snipped the threads. Lit it on right here. It's a little cockeyed. And then I cut a hole through here, through there, so the wires can be fed through. And it's perfect. I will say this. I love how big his neck ruffle is. Like, I love how big it is. I think it's like one of the biggest neck ruffles I've seen on an SVI prop. It's kind of quirky and it's kind of fun. I like that. I just don't like that they're all backwards on him. It doesn't look right. So he's got a whole bunch of phrases. I have him on constant mode. I like his phrases. He's got a phrase that reminds me of Towering Clown or Grimsley, whatever you know him by. So let's turn him on. Oh, by the way, before we do that, look at that. Look at that. The sculpt on this is cool. They even like textured the waffle cone. I mean, that is cool. I just wish SVI didn't have fucking Party Time produce this. Which apparently they're being dropped after this season. So thank God. So I'm trying to plug this in with one hand. We're gonna flip you like that. There we go.
You heard it here first, folks. 3 sweet treats to all the little boys and girls this Halloween night. I have ice cream flavors to die for.
He's still a little sluggish, but he moves faster.
I scream, you scream. We'll all scream for ice cream.
And just to show you that it is the spring, I'll take it off.
Step right up, step right up. Come get your scoop. Creamy confections, free all day. What's wrong, kid? Don't you like ice cream?
So it is the spring, but I'd recommend keeping it on, just stretching it out for the reset purposes.
I'm just so crazy for Halloween. I can't wait to stuff myself to the gills with candy. Who's next up for some sweets?
I'm gonna turn them off so you can see other lights too.
I've got enough for everyone. Uh-oh, we're running a bit low on blood. I need cherry sauce. Care to give me a hand? Or any other pot will do.
That's the Grimsley phrase.
You heard it here first, folks. 3 sweet treats.
So yeah, So there's a solution to his slow lunging. I don't know if I would keep him on without the spring, because I think it's what helps him reset easier. Overall, would I recommend him? That's a hard question. It's a hard question if I would recommend this guy, because I don't know. A part of me says yes, and a part of me says no because of the quality issues. I think it's really up to you with if you want to deal with all these problems, because he's got a lot of problems. I'm keeping him because I don't like returning shit, and I still think he looks cool, and I want him to go with all my other ice cream clowns. But I will tell you is I am disappointed. I'm very disappointed. I'm very disappointed in SVI this year and their products. Despite this being, a little bit of a different situation, I'm still disappointed. I really hope next season SVI improves overall and has better quality control, watches over their products better, and makes sure that some of these issues get fixed a lot quicker. I don't know if this guy's faulty yet. We really haven't seen them circulate long enough. Only time will tell. I see, potential of some things breaking, like the mouth and the lunching neck. But only time will tell how faulty this guy will be. Tomorrow there is a very special video involving this guy and a very special friend. Stay tuned. I'm sure you guys will love it as much as I will. Anyway, that is all for me, guys. Be sure to like, comment, and while you're at it, subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.